Hey, we welcome you to Destiny Speaks Radio. I'm Kevin Q, along with my partner in crime, Dame Zoe. You're listening to Spirit 1400 AM. Check us out on Facebook, Destiny Speaks Radio at Facebook. We need y'all to like us, okay? If you want to call in today, you can call in at 410-481-1400. That's 410-481-1400. Tell your people in Islamabad and Florida and East Jablip that we live stream on mybaltimorespirit.com. That's mybaltimorespirit.com.
It's definitely an honor to meet our guest that we have in the studio today. A very humble, well-spoken sister, definitely has a wealth of knowledge. Of course, everyone that we bring in here to showcase to you people is absolutely going to be a great guest and definitely going to give you some great information and really be about the community. Her name is Tenickia Polk. She is actually the founder of TP Rewards, LLC, and also TP Rewards Publishing, Incorporated, which is a nonprofit. And basically, she's about empowering the communities and, she's, done a lot of great things. She has her business certificate in event management from George Washington University.
Okay.
Definitely has a lot of experience working in education, government consulting. And she actually won Teacher of the Year for Calvary Christian Academy back in 2009. Very impressive. And, the ASI, National Exemplary School Program Award from 2008 to 2009. She won those two. So very, accomplished sister, definitely has a great heart. I want to introduce to y'all today in our studio, to our listeners, Tenickia Polk. How you doing? How you doing this morning?
Hello, everyone. So happy to be here.
Absolutely. Great to have you. Great to have you on the show. Absolutely. You mentioned that, I read a little bit about your bio, and you gave me a lot of information to go on, so every question I kind of prepared for you was kind of based on that, and you gave me a lot to work with, and some very interesting things that you've accomplished. But one thing I kind of noticed was, you said that mentors were very important in your life to help to get you where you are now. Sure. So who were some of your mentors, and how important was that as far as where you are now?
Wow. That is a loaded question for me because actually, we are a publishing company, and this month, in September, we're actually releasing a book called The Risk, a GPS for navigating your Washington, D.C. internship and career. And I have a long list of mentors, and in that, it's actually an audio book. In that audiobook, I mentioned some of them, one of which is Baltimore's own Congressman Elijah Cummings.
Okay.
I actually used to work with him and his now wife, Dr. Maya Rocky Moore. I have so many mentors, just from a spiritual perspective. There's so many I can name, Linda Wilson, Carol Ford, a lot. God has really blessed me to come in contact with some pretty powerful people. And actually, as I mentioned, the audio book, it features an interview with Ernest Green, who was, of course, one of the Little Rock Nine.
Little Rock Nine, correct.
Right.
Now, for our young listeners, the Little Rock Nine, if I remember correctly, basically, this was the beginning of ending segregation in Arkansas, correct?
Absolutely.
And so they had to be escorted into the school system because I think the governor and the local people didn't want it. So I think Kennedy had to send federal troops, and that was quite an experience, for them at that time.
It was, yes. And I met Mr. Green actually in Washington, D.C., because I came here as an intern. And, when I came here, I was just amazed by how accessible everyone was and just the power and the influence that was in D.C. And so, I sat down and I interviewed him, and he was actually the first graduate from the integrated school. So what we did was discuss, some basics on, some of the obstacles he's had to overcome. And then he graduated from Central High School, and then 40 years later, I graduated from Central High School too, except mine was in Erie, Pennsylvania. And so we were kind of comparing notes and just trying to really create a roadmap for our youth to follow as far as, succeeding career-wise.
Excellent.
Beautiful. Tenickia.
Yes.
I want you to tell us about TP Rewards. I remember we had a conversation, and I misspoke and said self-publishing. She's like, no, it's not self-publishing. Get it right. It's not subsidiary publishing. I'm like, whoa, okay. Yeah, she came at my neck. She told me. She came. So tell us about TP Rewards and subsidiary publishing.
Sure, thank you. Yes, there are a lot of options for authors these days, and self-publishing is one of the options. TP Rewards Publishing, however, is a subsidy publisher, which means it's kind of a hybrid or a cross between self-publishing and traditional publishing, meaning that with TP Rewards Publishing, we do partner with our authors. And, it's more than, we don't just take what they give us and create a book from it. We're very selective in the authors that we choose, the titles that we choose. Of course, TP Rewards is all about inspiring and educating the community. And so all of our titles do that. So when we choose a title, we put our heart and soul into it. And, we go through the extreme editing process and developing the cover, and we do some marketing. Not all of our services, it's not a pay for service type deal. Actually, one of the authors that you guys had on a couple of weeks ago, Mr. Mackey, right?
Mackey, peace.
Yes. He was one of our first authors, and we do whatever we need to do to deliver the message of his book. And as far as like Mr. Mackey, it's funny you say that because he started out with a self-publishing company, I think in 2008, and his book sat there for years until he came to TP Rewards. So what it is that some people have very powerful messages, but they need the right partner to help them get their project done and then deliver it. What we've also been able to do for Mr. Mackey is use his title as part of our TP Rewards Community Enrichment Academy, which is, and this is free of charge, which we offer our authors an opportunity to be a part of our listings of workshops that we deliver to communities, to community centers, to churches, to libraries, to schools, and this is free of charge. So again, TP Rewards is all about empowering, educating, and inspiring the community.
Excellent. So, I think that's a great point because it's definitely needed. And just just one question here I had, because I definitely do my research, as Kevin knows.
That's the research guy right there.
Great.
I'll be like, dang, we talking about elephants that's in the Sahara. He be sending me emails like, did you know the elephant in the Sahara weighed 400 million tons? I'm like, where does dude get this information? Google is a beast.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, definitely.
That's awesome.
But one of the things I researched about your company is basically your mission is to kind of reverse the culture of illiteracy among disadvantaged communities. Can you explain a little bit about that?
That is absolutely correct. The disadvantaged communities, economically challenged communities, whatever you want to call them, tend to have lower literacy rates, and which leads to other problems. In fact, if you do the research on statistics as far as who's actually in jail, I think it's something like 70% of inmates have literacy problems.
Right.
So, there's a huge correlation between literacy and, just not surviving or thriving in our community. And so TP Rewards, one of the goals is to reverse that. As an educator, I've had an opportunity to work with a lot of youth, and what I found is everyone, actually I used to run a support on suspension center, so when kids got suspended from school, they would come to me. And what I found is that everyone said, oh, I don't like to read. Well, the deal is, it's not that they didn't like to read, they just didn't have the material that was culturally sensitive for them to read. So once I was able to find something that was relative to their lives for them to read, then they soaked it up. And in many cases was actually asking for more. So that led me on, a journey of just, empowering disadvantaged communities through books. because there is a wealth of knowledge. And Dane mentioned in my, bio that I had a lot of mentors. Well, it's the mentors. It's also books that I turn to, when I was in a bind or I was looking for additional information. I mean, I'm a first generation college graduate, and I'm a first generation for a lot of things that I've been able to do. And I've been able to do that through, mentors and books and, the grace of God, of course.
Well, I think, one of my biggest issues is when we walk into specifically African American households. You might have 15 flat screens, 2 old-time TVs, 8 DVRs, but you don't see any bookcases. People, we're not reading, and that whole thing about if you want to hide anything from a black person, put it in a book. My daughter in particular, she's been reading since she was 3, and I think sometimes we wait
Right.
to teach children how to read when they enter school. To me, that's too late. They should have been, as soon as they're able to tell this from that, you should be reading to them, having them read. So a lot of that stuff starts from home. Now I want to switch it back to how TP Rewards, help authors, because we want to speak to aspiring authors that are looking to publish their books. And I want you to really drive home the importance of having your book edited. and the presentation of your book, because I've read some self-published book and I'd be like, you didn't even utilize spell check. So I think we missed the excellence. Just because you self-publish it doesn't mean that it should be junk.
Right. Yeah, and with the internet, you do have those options available to self-publish and to put out in the atmosphere, into our world, whatever it is that you would like, but that doesn't make it a good idea. And certainly that doesn't make it a marketable tool. And I think that anybody publishing a book, what they want is to sell the book. And, you have to have a nice quality product in order to make those sales. And I can speak from experience with TP Rewards. We actually have a team of editors. Okay, it's not just one editor who looks through the book. We pull people in from different angles. We have one that is looking as far as just grammar, basic grammar. We have another one who's coming from educational arena. We have another one that's coming from the PR arena, making sure this is going to sell, with the name of the chapters. Those are all important, the name of the book, And
I think sometimes they take it personal, and that we're not, the editors are not just there to check your grammar and your punctuation, but they may say, hey, you're saying the same thing twice. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And if you want a good product, roll with them. Take their advice, because that's why they're editors and you're not. Just because you're an author don't mean you're an editor. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, it's 2 different gifts.
Yeah, it's two different gifts.
I wanted to get into something else that you actually are doing in the community, as far as your academy,
Yes.
the TP Rewards Enrichment Academy.
Yes.
Academy, excuse me. Explain the phrase "paying it forward." What does that mean?
Paying it forward is pretty much our TP Rewards Community Enrichment Academy is comprised of authors and ministers and other people in the community that are interested in the success of our community. And paying it forward means someone helped me. I had mentors. Someone wrote a book that inspired me. So I'm going to take that information and I'm going to, instead of going back, you could say thank you to the mentors or whatever. Instead, I'm also going to encourage someone else. Use what I've gotten, what they've given me to encourage someone else. And that's essentially the concept behind paying it forward.
Excellent. That's a great concept. And there's several different components to your academy, which is really a combination of workshops, correct?
It is, yes. It's a combination of workshops for every age. It's really what it is. It's a grassroots initiative to fill knowledge gaps for life skills. Okay, what we're saying is that our kids are just our community, not just our kids, but our kids are most vulnerable. They're going through, the education system. They're becoming adults, but they're not prepared to succeed in life. And so the question we initially asked was, whose responsibility is it? Well, and on TP Rewards eyes, it doesn't matter. There's a need, and so TP Rewards is coming in to fill it. Okay, you can debate whether it's a school, whether it's the parents. There's a need, and so what we've done is we've taken, we're going straight to the community. We're going to community centers. We're going to churches. We're going to schools, the libraries, anyone who will have us, and we're bringing skills like financial literacy. We're bringing skills like math enhancement and empowerment, how to care for elderly, just skills about your health and wellness, bullying, anti-violence, those type of things. We have workshops on all of these subjects. So, we are very excited about the TP Rewards Community Enrichment Academy.
Good. I'm excited about it too. I had talked to Mr. Mackey about that whole campaign, the TP Rewards campaign, and about really Destiny Speaks Radio getting involved in that, not just local, but in other regions, because I think that's a great thing and it's very much needed. And I would encourage people to definitely contact Destiny Speaks Radio. We're going to make sure that you get Ms. Tenickia Polk's information before she leaves the show.
Absolutely. And you want to give a shout out to your authors? I know you got a few underneath you right now.
I do. Yes, I love my authors.
We love you
so
too. I don't even know you, but I love you.
That's great.
To start singing.
Okay, so of course, got to give a shout out to Mr. Mackey. He has 2 books with TP Rewards on Team Esteem, which he's also the author of that word. We have Dr. Lisa Ramirez, who actually published Dulcified, and her book just won 3 international awards. So we're very, again, quality is key. If you want to win those awards, you got to hook up with somebody who's going to help you provide that quality book. I myself am an author, okay, and also I'd like to give a shout out to Devin Beasley, who has authored a children's book for us to help kids who may be having some difficulties in math. So that's been a great inspiration and joy to work with. And then I will say Dr. Gabriella Blakes, who we're scheduled to release her new book actually in September. And her book is about caring for elderly or aging parents, and there's a special section in there about Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia.
Excellent, excellent. Well, those are some great projects you're working on. We're definitely glad you came to join us in the studio.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We've been talking for several weeks, and I'm like, me and Kevin, we got to get her in. We got to do this publisher show. So thank you for definitely coming in for us. How can the people reach you? Do you have a website? Do you have an email address, Facebook page?
Absolutely. The best way to reach me is on our website, which is www.tp-rewards, that's with an S.com. Again, that's tp-rewards.com. Or you can give us a call at 888-882-4093. Again, that number is 888-882-4093.
Okay, excellent. We want to thank you, Ms. Polk, again for coming on the show. You listeners, y'all just got a treat today. I hope you utilize the information, write it down. You can, definitely, I would definitely suggest you contact her, and you can also hit us up on Facebook. We'll have information as well. What is your favorite book, and let us know why? And it can't be one of your authors. It got to be something else.
And it can't be one of my books.
Okay.
It has. Okay. My favorite book, the one I read every day, is the Holy Bible, King James Version. There's a wealth of information, and it keeps me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Kev?
That's it?
You want another one?
Oh, yeah, give me another one, because that was too quick and too short.
It's true.
Okay. Your second favorite book to read.
Oh, wow. I have so many.
Now, so you can't name one of your authors, because that leaves the rest of the authors out. So, something else,
Because everybody's favorite book is the Bible. So what's
no, that's not everybody's.
Let me rephrase that. When you sometimes when you say everybody, you're not saying literally. Right, so so go ahead.
That's tough. Can I
name one of your authors? Name one of your authors' favorite book.
See,
no, I can't choose between my authors.
Your favorite, the one. What's one of your books?
Which one of my books?
What book would you encourage people to go out and get right now?
Well, I encourage you to get it in September. It's an audio book, and I have gotten some positive reviews. I've allowed people to review it, and it's the one concerning its job readiness. And a lot of times people think that, you just need to learn how to create resumes. But what we're teaching through this audio book is the soft skills, the relationship building, the individual assessment, also skills, and also kindness. And these are the things, I'll tell you right now, I never got a job by just submitting my resume. Okay, so these are it's empowering, and it features, one of my mentors, which is, Ernest Green. So that's my favorite right now.
We need to help push that book. That book is key.
Oh yeah,
Excuse
sounds
me.
powerful.
All right, have a good time today.
Excellent.
Did
Absolutely.
you get what you came for?
Absolutely.
Did we do okay? Did me and Dane do okay? Because we got a survey, y'all gonna have to fill out
Oh,
later.
Lord.
Melanie drop her information?
Yeah, drop your info. Drop your info. Yeah, she did.
I
She
did.
told her. Yeah,
I
Melanie
did.
Barber.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So once again, right now, like you say, Dane, to piggyback off, you are like how you feel with who you hang out. Right
Basically,
now, I
yeah,
feel
correct.
beautiful. Right now, I'm just saying, I feel
So
like
do
I
I.
look handsome or something with all these beautiful. Y'all gotta forgive me. I just
Well, they are radiating,
They are.
gorgeousness in the
Because
studio.
usually
right
we
now.
just see each other and But you're a handsome brother, but I'm just saying, but we like to thank everybody for listening to Destiny Speaks Radio.